Hey everybody, Mr. West Tech here. Got a video. I'm going to be showing you how to easily complete an expedition. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing an expedition solo because it's just so much easier with more people. You can share rewards and it doesn't make a difference if people join. Like, you're not going to get anything less. In fact, you're going to get things done faster. So, like I said, I wouldn't recommend doing this solo, but this video is just to show you how to get it done solo or with a team. I basically run through everything. Just want to say, if we can get, 200 likes for this video, that'd be awesome. We've been smashing anywhere from like 1 to 500 likes. So I just want to say thank you so much, everybody watching, taking the time to hit that like button. I'm going to keep bringing out these videos to help people on Fallout, man. The more people we can get on this game, the better. Yeah. So with that said, let's get into the video. We got a bit of a doozy here. I apologize, I'm a bit under the weather. I would have had this done earlier, so I'm just going to excuse myself now for any sniffles or anything I may have during the video. But let's get into this. So, you're going to want to make sure you pick Union Dues over Through Ashes and Fire, I think the other one's called. It's something like that. I don't really do it because this one gives you the same rewards, or the same randomized awards, or whatever, and it is easier in my opinion, and you can get it done a lot faster once you know what you're doing. So like I said, definitely pick Union Dues. There's no radiation involved in the Ashes one. Like, you're gonna need a power armor. It's not very bloody build friendly. Union Dues is just the better way to go. Okay, sniffle number 1 there. Had to mute the mic. Thank you everybody for watching. I love you guys. The channel's just doing awesome. I can't wait to see where this goes in the future because I don't plan on stop making videos for Fallout. I love this game. But anyway, we're going to break this down into 4 phases. Now, phase 1, is when you spawn into the pit. I like to look for the ingots. I'm going to show you all the locations right here. So that was one back there. There's one there on that box. Right at the end of the bar here is one. All the ingot locations. I'm pretty sure this is every one of them. If I miss one, let me know in the comments. I would love to know, but I'm almost positive this is pretty much all the locations. Can't remember which side it spawned on there, but it spawns there. Wherever you see me moving back and forth, that's where they spawn. Right there. And you don't necessarily have to get all the steel ingots at the start. It's just I know where all the spawns are, and I kind of like checking them before I progress, because I am going to count the side missions as one of the things to do. Like I said, there's like 4 phases of things to do, and one of the phases is going to be the side objectives, which you want to get done. So once again, just running through all the spawns here. What I'm doing right now, you don't have to do. You can go speak to Hex as soon as you get in here if you play with other people, and just kind of maybe have them look for the ingots while you progress the actual mission, which is what me and my friends do. Whoever's running the expedition will progress the expedition, and we'll go collect the ingots just so we can get it done faster. But if you're doing it solo, then, whenever you decide to collect them. I couldn't jump up here because I was doing it solo, and my marsupial isn't working as good as I wanted it to. But that was another spot right there, and also another spot here. So, like I said, we're going to break this down into 4 phases. One being the side objectives, which I just showed you one where all the ingots are. They do spawn in the Foundry, and they do give you markers where they are after you complete the first phase here, which I'm about to get into. So, if you don't just have to look for them, or if you don't want to look for them, then just go talk to Hex first like I'm doing here. And once you're done one of these missions that I'm showing you here, the ingots will come up. See how it says collect steel ingots there, 2 of 5, and it'll start showing you where they are. So I'm just, giving you an advantage there if you want to get it done before you even talk to, oh, I forget his name. But anyway, this is one of the first phases you're going to do here as well. We'll call this phase 2 because we'll call the phase 1 the side objective. So basically phase 2 is after you get into the Foundry and you talk to Hex. One of the things that they might get you to do in phase 2 is come over to this depot. You're going to walk up to this box, you're going to put a transponder on it or something like that. I forget what it is. Roast me in the comments. But you put it on there, and then all you have to do is defend this area as a bar fills up. And it only fills up when there's no enemies inside. So you just got to keep killing them. It's really easy to do. Yeah, self-explanatory. So another part of phase 2 is just going around killing these fanatic manhunters, which literally it just tells you where they are. You can see at my bottom of the compass there. Always be looking at your compass when you're doing the expeditions. It helps so much. And you'll have to find 3 of these manhunters and kill them. It's as simple as that. This is my favorite one because you can get this one done in like 5 minutes. Like solo 5 minutes you can find these 3 manhunters. It's not hard. And once you kill them all, then you are done. Another thing that Hex might make you do, which is probably my least favorite, is the Sabotage. Now again, this phase has 3 things randomized. All these 4 phases I'm talking about have randomized missions, and I'm showing you all the missions that you do in the phase. So, once again, phase 1 is just side objectives. This is phase 2 where you have to defend the depot, find the manhunters, or help the Sabotage. Helping the Sabotage, you just have to, you know, kind of protect him as he goes around and loots these crates. He will have to loot 4, and then when you're done, you'll see here that you just run to safety, and then, yeah, that's phase 2 over. Phase 3 will be in the Foundry, so maybe even 5 phases. I'll explain it. If you have any questions in the comments, just let me know. This can get a bit confusing until you've done it as much times as I've done. But anyways, once you're done talking to Hex and you do a mission for her, which is 3 randomized missions that I showed you, it's just going to be 1, not all 3. You will complete it, and then they'll like trust you and they'll let you into their little area here. And then what you want to do is just talk to Hex, and she's going to basically give you your real mission that they want you to do now that they trust you. Also want to point out that you need to go talk to this gentleman over here. I can't think of his name. Wicker. Okay. And he will give you the side objectives. Now you can see I already collected all the steel ingots, so it's just telling me to return them. For the other side objective, listen. You can hear a beeping. And this will be in the Foundry. This is not outside the Foundry, this is in the Foundry. You will have to find those Union supplies. Now, that's phase 1 done, side objectives done, right? That's that easy. Just crank the volume on your headset, you will find those Union supplies. You just gotta look for them. When you get close enough, it'll give you a prompt. Okay, now, anyway, let's get into the missions that we will be doing inside the Foundry. One of them, when you're going to have to do 2 missions, and they're randomized. They could be 3 different things. One of the first missions could be killing a fanatic warden. Very similar to the Manhunter, except you have to collect a key like I did there, and you'll have to free 2 sets of prisoners. Once again, remember, you don't have to do everything I'm showing you in the video. I'm just showing you all of the randomization that could happen. There's a better look at the warden here. They're about the same as a manhunter, like I said. They will be surrounded by turrets, so just be ready for a little bit of a fight with them. Don't forget to loot the prison key off of him, and then you'll have to free 2 prisoners. It's as simple as that. Another one you might have to do is go around and find these safes. I want to point out, if you put on a legendary perk here, I think it's called... It's not called lockpick. What's it called? Master Infiltrator. This will help you if you don't want to pick the locks. You don't need any skill to pick them. It's just so much quicker clicking on it rather than playing around with the bobby pin. Simple as that. And you will have to find 3 of these safes. I didn't have footage of these briefcases you might have to find. You might have to find a briefcase, but you'll only have to find 2 of those. And the compass will show you where they are, and there will be a bar showing you how close to it is. So just keep that in mind when you're looking for them. It's a little black briefcase. Any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll help you through it. It's pretty much the same as the safes. You just have to locate 2 of them and hold square on them rather than unlock them. Okay, so that covers the 3 things you might do when you get into the pit. Now, after you've done those 3 things, there's another randomized 3 things you might have to do here. And, yeah, this is one of them. You have to go to that area there, pick up a canister. It will freeze you and make you walk slow, and you'll have to throw it into these vats. This is the trickiest one to throw it into. Just make sure you get it in there. It'll come up on the top right there. That's another thing I'd like to point out. All these missions are not as hard as it may sound watching this video. There's constant prompts in your compass, and if you have the mission tagged, it'll basically tell you everything to do. It's so easy, especially with a couple people. These expeditions are not hard. So another thing you might have to do is collect these containers and chemicals, basically. So that was one thing that you'll have to collect 6 of that I showed there, the cylindrical container that was just up there. I think I'm going to show a couple more here. So this is like another phase. Like, I don't even know how many phases we're at. But they do randomize. So remember, all this stuff I'm doing, you don't have to do. You'll have to do one of each. There's the chemist that you kill. They're basically in a black hazmat suit. When you kill them, they will have a chemical on them, a chemical unstable mixture. There's another cylindrical one. So it's the cylindrical, yellow boxes, and you have to kill the actual enemies that are in a hazmat suit. Once you've collected 6 of each of these, you will have to go up to an area to sabotage it, right? Weapon stockpile sabotaged. Each one has its own to go to, so you collect 6 of each, and they're not hard to find, they're everywhere. You have to go up to this little vent here, I don't know what that would be called. And then another one you go up to is this thing, the white thing right here. And this one will freeze you, it's kind of annoying, but it doesn't last long. Another thing you might have to do in another phase here, so there's like 2 phases when you get in the Foundry. This is the secondary phase we're on again here. You might have to destroy these red tanks, poison gas tanks, and they are pretty easy to find. You have to do it in 2 different areas, and simple as that. Just go to the areas and find them. When you do destroy 4 of them, it will prompt you where the last one is. There will be a little marker on your compass. So just, you know, try to find 4, and then it'll show you where the 5th one is. They can be a little tricky to find, like this one is up here, you know, but you will find them. And as you can see, I waited for it to pop up there, so I didn't have to look for the last one, because I found 4, like I said. The 5th one will pop up, so you can find that last one easily. And that's pretty much it. That's the stuff you're going to have to do inside the Foundry. Now, when you're heading back, this is always going to be the same in Union dues. If you need a power armor, use a power armor, because these things will kill you pretty quick if you're not like an expert gamer. Like, I know if you got a legacy Gatling plasma or something, you're going to destroy this part. Or if you have a good build, you're going to destroy this part, trust me. That's more so if, you know, need a little bit of extra help. But once you get back to their little pen here that they call it, you will have to defend it from the trogs. And you don't have to worry so much about you have to worry about defending the fighters and the medic and the sniper, or whatever you want to call them. Their health will go down quick. So you just want to keep killing the trogs, keep an eye on them. Sometimes they'll get sneakily go upstairs, so just keep an eye on that. And make sure their health doesn't go down. If it does, you have to revive them quick, or you will fail. Like, the other ones will die shortly after one dies for some reason. And if you defeat the last Devourer, which I'm going to show you right here, he's a little bit bigger, and you'll notice a difference in him. He's a lot tougher. But if you kill him while a fighter is down, you will also fail. They all have to be alive when you kill him. But like I said, if one goes down, just revive him really quick. And then, you know, if you have them all a good health, just go run and kill that Devourer. And then, simple as that, you've completed the expedition. This part can be a little bit hard, especially solo. Trust me, you know, put your pride aside and throw on a power armor if you think you need it. And then you just come back up in here. I like to talk to Wicker before I talk to Hex. And then you will give him the steel ingots and give him the Union supplies. Make sure you do those sides. They're so easy to do. You literally just, you know, once you get used to this, you'll just start doing them on the side and getting them done, you know, on the way, basically. And then after you give him the ingots and the Union supplies, you talk to Hex. You know, you guys will say your goodbyes. I'm not going to ruin anything for anybody that might want to know what she says. And then you're just going to go back to the pilot here. And like I said, the expedition is over. It's as simple as that. Now I'm going to run through this again very quickly. Like, I'm not going to show footage. I'm just going to have, you know, some background going, and I will run through it again. Just very quickly. So, don't go anywhere in the video yet. This is very important, just to run through it very quickly. If you've watched this much, just, you know, listen to what I have to say now. So like I said, easy as that, right? Like, you're done the expedition, you will get your weapons in your inventory. They don't seem to pop up on the reward screen anymore for some reason. But anyway, so there's like phases, right? One of the phases is, which we called phase 1, is the ingots and the union supplies. You can get the ingots as soon as you spawn in, like I like to do, even before you talk to Hex. Union dues, you have to talk to Hex, do a mission, and then go into the Foundry. You can't collect the union dues until you go, or the union supplies, until you go in to the Foundry. Just keep that in mind. So that's phase 1, is the sides, like I said. And then when you talk to Hex, that's like phase 2. You will have to do one of 3 jobs. You'll have the sabotage, you'll have to defend the depot like I showed you, or you will have to go search for the manhunters. After that, you go talk to Hex, you know, and then you're allowed to go into the Foundry. Make sure you talk to Wicker too to get the side objectives. If you've already collected all the ingots, he'll just say that you can return them. You can return them right then, actually, but I usually just wait to the end when I have the union supplies as well. So that would be phase 2, we'll say it. Phase 3, you're in the Foundry. Don't forget you have to get the union dues, which is part of phase 1, so just keep an eye out for them. Don't necessarily go looking for them right away. Like I said, if you're playing with a team, whoever's running the expedition, I basically just, you know, if I'm running it, I'll progress the actual mission, and people will start doing the side stuff if there's leftover ingots we haven't got, or union dues. It's pretty easy with more than one person. So once you're in the Foundry, you'll have to, you know, either kill the warden, collect the key, and release the prisoners. That's one thing you'll have to do. Or you will have to search for the safes or search for the briefcases. You'll only have to do one of those 3. Keep that in mind. Once you're done one of those 3, we move on to another phase, which I think we're at like phase 3 or 4 now. Remember, there's 2 phases in the Foundry. Remember that. So one of them is the safes, the briefcase, or the warden and the key and the prisoners. And then after you're done one of those 3, you'll have to get the chemicals from that little box thing, or whatever you want to call it. Almost looks like a Nuka fridge. And then you'll have to throw it into 5 vats, or you'll have to destroy red tanks, or you'll have to collect those chemicals and then sabotage. Just one of those 3. So out of the 6 things I showed you in the Foundry, you're only going to have to do 2 of them. Just keep that in mind. And then, like I said, when you are done that, they'll want you to go back to the pen. You'll exit the Foundry. You go back to the pen, and just be prepared for that fight with all the trogs. You will fail it quickly if you're not keeping up on them. Don't get discouraged if you do fail it. Sometimes it just fails. Like, I swear it's glitchy. I don't know what to say. You'll get there, kill 2 of them, and it fails. Like, you can't control it. More often than not, though, I can beat it. I ran this like 4 times solo making this video. I think I failed it once. So, and I got better, and I'm giving you the knowledge right now that you need. So, yeah, simple as that. Simple as that, everybody. Just wanted to say here that, you know, don't think there's so much to do here. I'm showing you everything that you could possibly do. Just remember, like, even before you go, after you talk to Hex, there's only one of 3 things you have to do. And then when you go into the Foundry, there's 2 phases where there's one of 3 things you'll have to do. So I showed you like 9 different things in this video. You're only going to have to do 3 of them. And then the side objectives are always the same, and then the ending is always the same. So just keep that in mind. It's so simple, and, you know, I love the expeditions. They're actually really fun. So give them a try if you haven't, and I hope this video helps you if you had trouble getting it done. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. Take care.